Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. I welcome you to my channel. My name is Humna and I create content connected to art, healing and spirituality. The three things that I am highly passionate about. For me, life was, just going on like a rat race for most of us. Just like most of us. And there came a point in my life where I was in such a great space and I turned to sun, I took in the fresh air and I asked Allah, Allah Mia, I'm ready for whatever it is that you created me for. And to my surprise, I still remember making that dua and saying to Allah, I am ready to be yours. I am ready to be of service, because everything in my world, in my physical reality, was going so well that I was like, yep, everything seems so good. I don't know what more to ask for from Allah. So the only thing I want to ask is, how can I do that what will please him, and also that what will make me a better human being and get closer to him, whatever it is that is my sole purpose, not my career, not what I'm here to do in the physical world to earn money in exchange. It was more about, what is it, whatever it is that you've created me, Allah, I'm ready for it. It was such a beautiful, innocent moment. Turning back and looking at it, it was 5 years ago. And I still remember that day when I walked into the house after making that dua. My whole life collapsed. My relationships, everything, anything that I was attached to, everything, every human being, every aspect of my being was crushed to zero. And I was like, I prayed to be something that was going to be of service to you, and what are you doing to me? Like, it was like a roller coaster ride. I had no idea. And the more things were collapsing, the more I was telling myself, it can't be without a purpose, for he never does anything without a purpose. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Through every single thing, I started taking I was on antidepressants. I stopped doing that. I had stopped doing that. And like I said, I was in a really good place, right? So I was not taking any medication at that time. And I'm in awe of how in 5 years' time he has completely twisted my being, and nichored me, squeezed out every ounce of that what I thought I was. For I was in that ego space that I am so cool, I've got everything, I'm so ready to do your job. And he's like, all right, if you're ready to do my job, let me show you what the job requires of you. And I swear to God, I was not ready for it. Anyway, cutting the long story short, the journey started to create, to become. I couldn't have been anything if he didn't want to me. So every time I say create myself as, or evolve my being, no, he chose for me to become the person I am today, so I could be a voice of light, voice of truth, voice of a soul, not what will please somebody who's listening to me, but that what will speak what it needs to, rather than molding me to something that the world wants me to speak about, or be a certain way where the world is accepting me. I think he removed all that attachment from my being, so I could rise into a space of stillness and not be bothered by how people look at me, why they look at me the way they do, or be in a same sequence of life patterns as others were. So to remove me from all of that, to do his job, to do the job for truth, to stand up for truth, to share truth, one needs to let go of the lies. And the biggest lie that I was saying to myself was, I am so ready to do your job, so tell me what you've created me for, and I want to do that. it was all based on the fact that I thought I was ready. It was not based on what he wanted me to be ready as. I had the ego to say, I am ready. But when he broke me apart, when he started showing me the layers of gunk and dirt and fear and rejection and abandonment and the wounds that I had in me, which I didn't even realize I was carrying. And through art, of course, because for me, art is something that connects me to my Allah. And every day, every single day, by going into that zone of saying, no, block the world, I'm in my art. It could, to some extent, be an obsessive addiction of some kind to some, but for me it was, the focus was like, no, I'm going to create beauty because that's what Allah wants me to do. Create beauty, create beauty, create beauty. And what is beauty? Beauty is truth as it is. An artwork is not something that an artist creates and you say, let's fix this because let's make it better. An artwork is a piece that is the truth of the soul, of that what the soul is feeling. And my soul needed to be cleared away of all that lies that I was carrying in my being, the fears and everything. And I had to come raw, like I had to be real, raw, authentic. Until I become authentic, I am no use to the creator. You see, I'm useful to the world, to the people around me. But when I say I'm ready to do your job, the job that I'm here to do, to speak truth and hold truth, regardless of somebody believing in me or not believing in me, to stand by that who I am, requires a lot of letting go, a lot of burning, a lot of washing away, a lot of, so the four elements come in and they clean the whole being that you are, and then you are no more there. You are not you. You are that what was created by the creator, so that it can flow through you. So as I speak these words, I know that this is not something I've written down and I'm speaking from a script and giving it to you, because I'm not worried about who's listening or not listening. I'm just flowing in this moment to allow myself to not be worried about what people will think of me, but as a way to please the creator with my voice as I speak about him and him alone. And what really made me think about that moment of standing under the sun was that I was face to face. I was there in front of my Allah saying, I'm ready for you, right? And we all will be in front of Allah one day. And we've been preparing for all our lives for interviews, for wedding ceremonies that we go to. I see wedding these days, or anything, like, you know, like hen's night, or even a baby being born, birthdays. Everything is so extra, like it's so ultra, like it's so magnificent. And we think, oh wow, like, you know, the whole planning, the whole matching of the balloons to the clothes, to the shoes, to the baby's nappies, I guess, I don't know, you know, everything in detail is paid attention to. And that these ceremonies, these meetings, these occasions are so much more celebrated, valued, spoken about than the meeting that we're going to be having with Allah. And I realized that for that meeting, I'll never be fully ready if that meeting was not my priority. And so I can stand in front of Allah and say, I'm ready to do the job that you want me to do. But for that to happen, I have to let go of my reality, of my truth, of my past, of my lies, because I can't stand in front of God and lie. I cannot stand in front of God and pretend or act, because God sees through me. I am its creation, right? So it hit me so hard that when I asked that dua, or when I said I'm ready, it was my ego speaking, that I have everything. And he says, yeah, right, let me show you what you truly have. And for the job, you need this. You need to clean yourself from all fears, all rejection, everything and come into a space of love. Are you in the space of love? No, I wasn't. I absolutely hated everything that I was within me, and whatever came out of me in that moment was ugly, ugly, dark, disgusting, disappointing. It was so unbelievable that in my head I was in such a great place, but in reality I was a mess, like a mess. And there was no way I could even look in the mirror and say, oh, look how amazing I am, because I wasn't ready to face myself. And today, when I look in the mirror, all I see is not myself, but the creation of God. And so every day I wake up and I look in the mirror and say, I want to be ready to be in front of you. That mirror is my reminder that this body, this being, this whole person that I am, everything about me has to be ready in every single second of my life to be in front of God, in front of my Allah. And what am I taking with me? How am I going to dress up? What am I going to look like when He sees me? He's created me with so much love. He gave me so many blessings. He provided me with a voice, with the skill, with, everything, food, air, everything in me and around me. He provided me with everything. What can I give back to the lover that has given me everything? What am I capable of doing for Him? And if I'm not capable in this moment, then how can I make myself be more capable to be in the presence of the love that He is, or the love that He has shown me? Is there any way? What can I do? What colored clothes would I be wearing? How much detail do I need in my organs within me to to be illuminated, to be lit? Like my liver needs to be lit, my heart needs to be lit, and I want to be wearing a cloak of taqwa, of honey. When I think of taqwa, when I think of my iman, I want it to be like honey, which covers me completely and just holds me. It doesn't flow over me, just has that consistency of just the beauty of it is a glow light, and not just like on the surface, but something that glows from within me. So my light, my heart opens up, and it's like, I am all yours. I am all yours for all that you have gifted me. I come here completely belonging to you. For to you I belong, and to you I will return, as He says and reminds us constantly. I don't know why people always say this when somebody dies or somebody gets lost. We should say it every day, because it's such a humbling feeling and it's such a beautiful way of connecting to Allah. And it always again reminds us of our meeting with Him. And we've been trained to think of all these meetings, going to interviews, looking sharp and good, and then when you go to weddings, how many people are going to look at you, and on your wedding day, or I don't know. I'm just saying that we've been taught to focus on all these meetings with humans and people, and when we're going out, we look good. But then we never think about that meeting that is going to be the ultimate meeting of our existence, And it is not meeting just somebody who's going to take an interview. It is a meeting with God, the one who loves us the most, the one who created us, the one who wants us to be with Him. Bring back, how are we going to take back this body, this soul back to Him? What is it that we're going to take it back? And what comes to mind is the qalbun Salaam, like the purified heart. And how many of us can truly say that our heart is purified of everything? We're not holding any grudge, we're not doing this, we're constantly going to have some kind of darkness because we live in this world. But then are we working towards engaging in things that keep our hearts cleaned, even if it does get dirty? Are we making a focus on, because this is the heart that needs to go back to Allah, and Allah is going to judge us based on that heart. What are we going to bring back in that heart? Like that's like a little treasure chest, and what is it that we're going to take back for our Allah? It's such an important meeting which gets put back into our consciousness ke, oh, it'll happen when I die. No, it is what needs to be our focus. It needs to be our main priority to try and do everything and anything that can make us ready for that meeting in any second of our lives. So I highly recommend, when you look in the mirror, look in your eyes, see your soul, tell yourself, you belong to Allah and to Him you will return. He has provided you with all that you needed. He is the Lord of love. He is merciful. He will forgive you for everything and anything that you feel unforgivable about. He is Ya Tawwab, the one who removes your sins from your life, from your being, like they never ever happened. I really hope this video reaches you and connects you to your Allah and reminds you we are heading towards meeting Him soon. So let's get ready for that meeting and make that a priority. Heal our hearts, connect to our being, and forgive all and ourselves including. I love you all. Take good care of yourselves. If this video resonated with you, let me know, because it's always nice to have that energy exchange. If you'd like to book me for a one-to-one session, I do help with spiritual healing, connecting you to your heart, helping you align yourself with your heart and mind so that you can come into a space of doing that what you were created for. And I do have all my art healing sessions which help me personally to get through in my spiritual journey, all available on my Patreon. You can have an access of all of them, and they are, I say this myself because I'm highly passionate about them. They completely shifted my life and healed me, made me become my own healer. And so these sessions are so powerful. They will connect you to your own healer within you. So like I said, they're all the details down below in my description box. Along with that, I would love to invite you to join me for my Friday sessions, which are art healing live sessions that I do through Zoom. They are it's a safe space where you come and you connect and you create and you channel into your intuition and tune in to your conversation with your Allah through art. So I do these sessions inspired by Islamic geometry and sacred geometry, Islamic art, Sufism, mysticism, but most importantly, they are connected to, they are inspired by the names of Allah and the ayat of the Quran. We're right now on Surah Baqarah, so if that's something that you want to join in, please send me a message, connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram for daily updates. I am sending you lots of love. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Allah Hafiz for now.